If you're trying to buy a home near Lakewood, California, and your budget is somewhere between $700,000 and $900,000, this video is for you. Because a lot of buyers start their home buy search thinking, okay, I have a decent budget, I should have plenty of options. But once they actually start looking, they realize something pretty quickly. $700,000 in Southern California does not go as far as people think, especially in Lakewood, Bellflower, Long Beach, Cerritos, Norwalk, Downey, and the surrounding areas. So in this video, I'm going to break down what this price range actually gets you, what buyers should expect, and how to avoid wasting time chasing homes that are not realistic for your budget. Let's start with the $700,000 range. In today's market, if you're looking around $700,000 near Lakewood, you need to be realistic. You are probably not getting the perfect turnkey home in the best pocket with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a big yard, remodeled kitchen, remodeled bathrooms, central air, and no competition. That is usually not how this price point works anymore. At this range, you are usually looking at homes that may have one or more trade-offs. Maybe the home is smaller, maybe it only has 1 bathroom, maybe it needs cosmetic updates, or maybe it is in a less competitive surrounding city. Maybe the lot is smaller, the layout is not perfect, or it is a condo, townhome, or instead of being a single-family home. However, that does not mean $700,000 is a bad budget. It just means you have to buy strategic. A lot of buyers get discouraged because they are searching online and seeing homes that look more affordable, but by the time they ask about them, there's a catch. The home may need major repairs. It may be tenant occupied, have limited financing options, or have a high HOA fees. It may be underpriced to create a bidding war, or it may already have multiple offers. That is why the list price is not always the real price. And just because a home is listed at $700,000 does not mean that is what it will actually sell for. And just because it looks affordable online does not mean it is the right home for you. Now, once you move closer to the $800,000 range, your options usually improve vastly. This is where buyers may start to see more realistic single-family home options in areas around Lakewood. You may find homes with 3 bedrooms. You may find homes with better layouts. You may find homes that are in decent condition as well. But even here, you still need to understand the trade-offs. A home around $800,000 may still need upgrades. It may have an older roof, may have older plumbing or electrical, have small kitchen, or only have 1 bathroom. It could also be located in a pocket that is not as competitive as the most desirable parts of Lakewood. The price point can work well for most buyers who are willing to be practical instead of emotional. The buyers who win are usually the ones that understand the difference between a cosmetic problem and a serious problem. Old paint, old flooring, and outdated cabinets are not always deal breakers. Foundational issues, major roof problems, bad financing terms, or serious inspection concerns are different. You have to know what matters and what does not. Now, let's talk about the $900,000 range. This is where buyers typically get more flexibility. At $900,000, you may have a stronger chance of finding homes that are better maintained, better located, or more move-in ready, the typical turnkey homes. You may also have more leverage when competing against buyers in the $700,000 to $800,000 range. But even at $900,000, you still have to be careful. because in certain parts of Lakewood, Long Beach, Cerritos, or nearby Orange County cities, $900,000 may still not buy luxury. It may simply buy you a cleaner, more functional, more desirable version of a standard home, which most people are looking for, but if you're luxury, not for you. And that is an important distinction. A lot of buyers hear $900,000 and they think they should be getting everything. But in this market, that may not be true. The higher your expectations are, the more important it becomes to understand local pricing before you start touring homes. Here's one of the biggest mistakes buyers make. They search too broadly without understanding the difference between cities. $750,000 in Bellflower is not the same as $750,000 in Lakewood. $850,000 in Lakewood is not the same as $850,000 in Cerritos. While $900,000 in Long Beach can mean something completely different depending on the neighborhood. The city matters, the neighborhood matters, and most importantly, the street matters. And not to mention the condition. You cannot just compare homes based on price, bedroom count, and square footage. That is how buyers end up confused. You have to compare the full picture. So what should buyers actually do? First, get clear on your real monthly payment. Not just purchase price, but your monthly payment matters more than the number on Zillow. You need to factor in interest rate, property taxes, insurance, HOA, if there are any, in your down payment. A cheaper home with high HOA fees might not actually be cheaper monthly. A more expensive home with better condition and a low HOA might be the smarter purchase if it saves you major repair costs later down the road. So before you fall in love with the home online, know what the monthly payment actually looks like. Second, separate your must-haves from your nice-to-haves. Must-haves are things you truly cannot compromise on. For example, you need a certain number of bedrooms, you need to stay within a certain commute, you need a safe, comfortable monthly payment, and you need a yard. You need parking. Nice-to-haves are things you want but could improve later. Updated kitchen, updated bathrooms, new flooring, new paint, modern finishes. If you treat every want like a need, you'll probably get frustrated fast. Third, be open to surrounding cities. A lot of buyers start by saying, I only want Lakewood. But once they see the prices, they realize they may need to compare Lakewood with Bellflower, Long Beach, Norwalk, Downey, Paramount, Wine Gardens, or parts of Orange County, depending on their budget and goals. That does not mean you should settle. It means you should understand your options before making a decision. Sometimes the best home is not in the city you originally searched. Sometimes the best opportunity is one city over. Fourth, understand the difference between a starter home and a forever home. Your first home does not have to be your dream home. For a lot of buyers, the first home is a stepping stone. It gets you into ownership. It helps you build equity. It gives you stability. And later, you may use that equity to move into the home you really want. If you keep waiting for the perfect home at the perfect price, you may stay stuck renting while prices and rents continue moving upward. The goal is not to buy carelessly. The goal is to buy strategically. Here is the bottom line. If your budget is between $700,000 and $900,000 near Lakewood, you could still buy a good home. But you need to be realistic. At $700,000, expect trade-offs. At $800,000, where most homes are in this area, expect better options but still be selective. At $900,000, expect more flexibility, but not perfection. The buyers who win in this market are the ones who know their numbers, understand the neighborhoods, and move quickly when the right home appears. If you want a custom list of homes based on your actual budget, monthly payment, and preferred cities, call or text me at 949-775-0559. I'm Chris Wall, Realtor with Onyx Homes, brokered by First Team Real Estate. And if you want real local breakdowns for Lakewood and surrounding cities, subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you and have a great day.